It starts with a sound she knows too well. Her own voice shaking, breaking, echoing across the internet. The clip opens on Tamar. Eyes red, mascara smudged, hands trembling as she presses a crumpled tissue against her face. She is trying to speak, trying to breathe, but the weight of her mother's words is pressing down on her chest like a boulder. You can see it. That mix of anger, betrayal, and that deep, deep sadness only a daughter can feel when she realizes her own mama has turned the world against her. Just days ago, the family was already on edge. The last time we saw them, Tamar had finally clapped back after those private voice notes mysteriously leaked. The ones where Evelyn seemed to be hinting that Tamar had been disrespectful, ungrateful, that she forgot who built this family. And then there was that explosive phone call, the one that got recorded and passed around like contraband, where Tamar begged her mother to stop dragging their business into the spotlight. And Evelyn said that chilling line everyone's still quoting, "You made your bed on camera, now lie in it." So tonight when Tomorrow goes live, she's already raw. But what she reveals this time, what Evelyn has now accused her of, feels like it crosses a line that can never be uncrossed. A line between mother and daughter, between parent and child, between the woman who raised you and the woman who refuses to see your pain. On one side of the internet, fans are furious. On the other, they're confused. Who's telling the truth? Who's really leaking what? And behind the scenes, the sisters are choosing sides because Evelyn didn't just question Tamar's respect. This time, she questioned her integrity, her loyalty, and even her love for the family legacy. And Tomorrow is done staying quiet. The night starts with a notification. A single ping on millions of phones across the country. Tamara is now live. There's no glam squad tonight. No soft lighting, no perfect angles. She's sitting on a couch that looks too big for her, curled into one corner like she's trying to disappear into it. A sweatshirt hangs loose off her shoulder. Her hair pulled back like she gave up halfway through doing it. And her eyes, they tell the story before her mouth even opens. She stares at the screen for a long moment, breathing in through her nose, out through her mouth. You can almost hear her trying to talk herself out of what she's about to do. But then the comments start flooding in. "Are you okay, sis? What did Evelyn say now? Girl, just spill it. We're here." She swallows, wipes her face, and finally speaks. "I can't take this anymore." The words fall out of her like a confession. The chat explodes instantly, but Tamar doesn't wait. She leans closer to the camera like she's whispering to a friend, voice trembling. "You all saw that interview. Y'all heard what my mama said. And I need y'all to know it's not just a misunderstanding. It's not just family business. She's out here questioning who I am as a woman, as a daughter, as a mother, and I'm done. I'm really done." She picks up her phone with her free hand, scrolling as if she's searching for the exact wording. You can see her jaw clench when she finds it. In Evelyn's latest sit-down, a neatly lit talk show clip that's now circling X and Instagram like wildfire, Evelyn said one sentence that changed everything. "I don't know who Tamar is anymore. The girl I raised would never turn her back on this family for a check." The crowd had gasped when she said it. The host widened her eyes. Milk the moment. The clip went viral in an hour. And with that one line, she painted Tamar as someone who chose fame over family, money over blood. And that's the wound Tamar can't let heal over. On the live, Tamar presses her palm to her chest as if holding herself together. "You mean to tell me?" She says quietly. "After everything I've done, everything I survived, you going to sit there and tell the world I sold my family out for a bag, for a TV contract, like I'm some stranger off the street using y'all for clout?" Her voice breaks and she laughs. But it's the kind of laugh that comes right before a sob. You know what hurts? It's not even the world thinking that. It's knowing that my mama gave them permission to. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, someone close to the family is talking. An anonymous DM lands in a small but persistent gossip blog's inbox. Y'all only know half the story. Evelyn's not telling y'all everything she said off camera. Attached is a screenshot, a text thread allegedly between Evelyn and a close friend. She's always been jealous of the others. One message reads, "Always thought the spotlight was hers alone. You give her a little attention, and she forgets who built the name. Don't worry." Another text says, "The truth is coming out. They'll see what she's really like." The blog posts it within the hour. They blur the number, hide the contact name, but the fans recognize the messaging style, the timing, the tone. It looks too real. On X, the hashtag starts number TamarV, Evelyn. "You really think a mother would text that about her daughter?" One fan writes. Another responds, "You've seen these reality families? Anything is possible. The lines are drawn. Some people call Tamar dramatic, selfish, spoiled. Others say Evelyn is manipulative, still trying to control her grown daughters with guilt and public shame. And in the middle of it is a family that used to feel unbreakable. Tamar takes a deep breath on the live. For a moment, she goes quiet. The chat slows down. Everyone's sensing something heavy is coming. I remember, she says softly, eyes unfocused. When I was little, and Mama used to tell us, don't you ever let nobody come between this family. Not friends, not money, not no man. She looks back at the camera. But what do you do when the one coming between the family is your own mother? Somewhere across town, Evelyn sits in a quiet living room, her TV muted, phone in her hand. A cousin has sent her a link. You need to see what Tamar is saying about you. Evelyn's face is set, her lips pressed together. She's been here before. The cameras, the headlines, the sources close to the family telling their version of her truth. But this feels different. This time, it's not a network shaping the narrative. It's her own daughter live, unfiltered, bleeding in real time in front of millions. And then another notification hits. A major entertainment site posts a new headline. Insider claims long-time money issues behind Tamar and Evelyn's feud. Suddenly, this isn't just about an emotional accusation. It's about money power, who kept what, who controlled what, who feels owed, and who's finally ready to talk. The story that begins to surface isn't new to the family, but it's new to the public. The article cites a longtime family associate who claims that behind the scenes, money has always been the unspoken battleground. That when the family first got their big break, checks weren't always split evenly. That certain decisions were made for the good of the family that left scars no one wanted to acknowledge. On her live, Tamar alludes to it without saying it outright. Y'all keep hearing family legacy, she says, looking into the camera with eyes that are somehow both furious and exhausted. Let me tell you what that really means when you're inside it. It means you're working, you're performing, you're smiling, and somehow you're still the last one to know where the money went. The comments are brutal. She's spilling now. Oh, this about the contracts. Is she talking about management? Because I've been saying something was off. She leans back, hugging her knees like she's still that little girl listening to grown folks fight over decisions made in smoky back rooms and offices she was never allowed into. It's always been about control, she says. Who gets to speak? Who gets to decide? Who gets to say what really happened? And every time I try to tell my story, I'm disrespecting the family. She wipes a tear angrily like she's mad at herself for crying. And now I'm being accused of turning my back for a check. Baby, I was the check for a minute, but nobody want to talk about that part. While Tamar is live, screenshots start surfacing. A fan account posts what they claim are old emails from a production company's CCD to multiple family members. The subject line reads, "Ref finalizing talent fees." In the body, there's a breakdown not of numbers, but of names. Allegedly, Evelyn's name appears on lines that some fans assume should have belonged to the daughters directly. Why is Mama on their money too? A fan account tweets, cropping the image and circling the names. The post goes viral. People retweet with their own narratives, their own projections. Typical stage parent behavior. She deserves it. She built them. Or maybe she took it and called it protection. Nobody really knows the whole truth, but everyone thinks they do. Back in the live, Tamar's phone buzzes. She glances down mid-sentence. For a moment, her face changes like she's just seen a ghost. She fumbles with the device, then turns the screen away from the camera. "We're not doing that right now," she mutters more to herself than to the audience. "We are not doing that." The chat explodes again. "Who texted you? Is that your sister? Is that Evelyn?" She hesitates. Then very slowly she says, "It's somebody in the family." The silence that follows is heavy somewhere. One of the sisters is watching this unfold. Maybe she's in her car, pulled over, staring at her phone. Maybe she's at home, the TV on mute as she scrolls through the chaos. She's been trying to stay neutral, trying to stay out of it. But the longer she watches, the harder it becomes because her phone too is filling with messages. Whose side are you on? Say something. Defend your mama. Defend your sister. The war isn't just between Evelyn and Tamar anymore. It's pulling in everyone, turning their group chats into crime scenes. And then, just when you think the night can't get more intense, another leak drops. A voice note. A short, muffled recording that sounds like it was captured during an argument. The kind of argument that changes everything. A small gossip page posts at first, but within minutes it's everywhere. The audio is shaky but clear enough. A voice that sounds like Evelyn says, "Don't forget who signed the first papers. Don't forget who fed you when nobody knew your name." Another voice, RA, sounds like Tamar. "I'm not 8 years old anymore, Mama. You can't guilt me into silence." The clip cuts off there, but it's enough. By midnight, fans are posting their own breakdowns, their own theories, their own versions of the truth. And the question hanging over everything, over Tamar's tears, over Evelyn's composed interview, over every quiet phone vibrating on a nightstand is simple. If this is what they're willing to let the world hear, what hasn't been leaked yet? Tamar's live has been running for nearly an hour now. Her voice is Horsero, but she keeps going. Like she's afraid to stop. Like if she stops talking, the silence will swallow her whole. "I tried," she says, holding her hand over her heart. "I tried to sit down and fix this behind closed doors. I called. I texted. I begged. I said, 'Mama, please, let's not do this in front of them. Let's not do this in front of the world.'" Her eyes fill again. And you know what she told me? She said, "The world is already in it." Somewhere that line lands in Evelyn's chest like a weight. Because from her perspective, this isn't about cruelty. It's about her version of protection. Her way of saying, if you're going to let strangers into our home through cameras and contracts, then don't cry when they see the mess. In a quiet moment off camera, she once told a close friend, they wanted the fame. They wanted the spotlight. I only wanted security. I did what I had to do to make sure we never went back to the way it was. Those words, of course, are now being repeated secondhand, turned into captions and clickbait. No one hears the fear under them. The fear of poverty, of failure, of being forgotten. Instead, the internet only sees two women, mother and daughter, locked in a public tug-of-war over who owns the narrative. Meanwhile, one of the sisters, the one who always tried to keep the peace, breaks her silence. In the middle of the storm, she quietly posts a black screen on Instagram with a short caption. "Some of y'all don't know what it's like to be loyal to a family that keeps breaking your heart." No names, no tags, but everyone knows exactly who she's talking about. The comments flood in. Is this about Tamar? Is this about Evelyn? She just exposed the whole situation in one sentence. Her DMs are a war zone. One cousin writes, "Take that down. You know Mama's going to see it." Another relative simply sends, "Finally, the divide grows." Back on tomorrow's live, thousands of viewers watch in stunned silence as she pulls out her phone again. "You want to know why I snapped?" She asks why I finally said something. "Because I found out about this new accusation the same way y'all did. Someone sent me the clip of my own mama questioning my love for this family before she called me." She opens a message thread and holds it up to the camera for a split second, just long enough for people to screenshot. At the top of the screen, a contact. "Mama, the last message. You brought this on yourself." The internet doesn't see the messages before that. The ones where Tamar wrote, "Why would you say that? And you could have talked to me." They don't see the unsent drafts, the typed-out paragraph she deleted, trying to find the line between defending herself and disrespecting her mother. They only see that final cold sentence. "You brought this on yourself." By now, X is on fire. People are posting side-by-side clips. Evelyn's interview versus tomorrow's live. They're dissecting their body language, pausing on every blink and sigh. She smirked when she said that part. Look at her eyes when she mentions money. That's not the face of someone lying. Fans pick apart their pain like it's a puzzle to be solved instead of a wound to be healed. And then another bomb. An old behind-scenes clip resurfaces. One that was never meant to air. It shows a heated exchange between Evelyn and a producer. She's insisting that certain scenes be cut. Scenes where the daughters argue about contracts and percentages. The producer argues, "This is what the audience wants to see. This is the real stuff." Evelyn snaps back. "This is my family. You're not about to turn us into a circus for ratings." The video leaks now of all times. And suddenly the narrative twists again. Is Evelyn the villain, or is she the one who's been fighting for control from outsiders all along? Is Tamar the ungrateful daughter? Or is she the one finally breaking? Under the pressure of being both entertainer and emotional punching bag, the lines blur more with every new exclusive. By the time Tamar's live begins to wind down, it doesn't feel like a performance. It feels like a breakdown. "I love my mama," she says through tears. "I will always love my mama, but I can't keep bleeding publicly to prove that I'm loyal. I can't keep letting people say, 'Well, that's just how she is. You know how mama is.' Every time I cry out, I'm not the villain in this story. I'm not the child y'all can keep blaming because it's easier than facing what really happened. She looks into the camera like she's staring straight into the eyes of every older woman watching. Every daughter who has ever loved a mother who hurt her. I'm tired of apologizing just to keep the peace in a house that's already on fire. The chat floods with messages. I feel this in my soul. This is every Black family I know. This ain't even my mama, but I'm crying. A single tear trails down her cheek as she whispers, "If telling my truth makes me the bad guy, then maybe I've been cast wrong this whole time." And just when the night feels like it's about to settle into a heavy, devastating quiet, something happens. A notification pops up on the live. Evelyn has gone live too. One tap, 2 lives, 2 women, 1 family, and millions of eyes caught between them. Some viewers keep watching Tamar, others switch over, hungry to hear how a mother responds to a daughter's public cry for help. The screen flickers for a moment in Tamar's eyes. You can see her processing, realizing what's happening. Her voice drops to a whisper. "Oh, so we doing dueling lives now." Her fingers tremble as she reaches for the screen. And then without a word, the live cuts off. For a full 30 seconds, the internet holds its breath. The night refuses to end quietly. Evelyn's live opens in a dimly lit kitchen. No professional backdrop. No fancy lighting. Just a mother standing by the counter. One hand on a mug she isn't drinking from. The other resting on the edge like it's the only thing keeping her grounded. Her voice is calm at first. Measured. "I see a lot of things being said about me tonight." She begins about who I am as a mother, as a woman, as the head of this family. And I'm not here to attack my child. I'm not here to drag her. I am here to defend myself. Her chat fills with hearts and angry faces. Some people type, "We love you, mama." Others, "Explain that text then. And did you really say she turned on y'all for a check?" She sigh. The kind of sigh that comes from years of being everyone's backbone and then being blamed for the weight. "When we started this journey," she says, "we didn't know what we were signing up for. Reality TV, fame, money, they change people. They change relationships. They expose cracks that were already there. And when you're the mama, you get blamed when those cracks show." She pauses, looking straight into the camera. "But let me be very clear. I have never ever stolen from my children. I have never sat back and watched them suffer. Everything I did because I thought it was protecting them. And if I said something out of hurt, out of anger, that made my baby feel like I was calling her a sellout, then I was wrong for that." The chat explodes. Is that an apology? Finally, she admits something, but she's still not fully owning it. Her face tightens slightly. "But I'm also not going to sit here and let the world think I'm some monster who used her children for a check. Y'all weren't there when lights were about to be cut off. Y'all weren't there when I was robbing Peter to pay Paul so they could chase dreams. Y'all see the finished product, not the sacrifice." And then the line that changes the temperature of the entire room. "Y'all don't know half of what I covered up for them." There it is. The threat, the promise, the wound. The implication that there are things she could expose about her children that would shift the public sympathy in a heartbeat. Screenshots light up in real time. Did she just threaten to expose them? Not her bringing up covered up stuff. What is she talking about? Behind the scenes, phones start ringing. One sister calls another. A cousin calls Tamar. Someone sends a frantic text. "Mama tripping. Somebody needs to tell her to log off." On TikTok and X, people begin to speculate wildly. What did she cover up? Is this about men, money, lawsuits, health? The more she refuses to say it, the more everyone fills in the blanks with their own darkest ideas. In the middle of her live, a comment catches her eye. It reads, "But why tell the world you got secrets? Why not just fix it in private?" Evelyn goes quiet. Her eyes soften in a way that makes you wonder if she's seeing the present or replaying an old memory only she knows. "In a perfect world," she says slowly, "we would have handled this at the dining room table. No cameras, no followers, no blogs, just us. But that's not the world we live in anymore. Every time I pick up the phone to call, that hurt comes up. Every time I try to talk, I get told I'm controlling or toxic." Her voice cracks on the word toxic. "And you know what? Maybe I am. Maybe I don't know how to mother grown children who have millions of strangers in their corner telling them I'm the villain. Maybe I don't know how to apologize the way they want me to. But I know I tried. I know I love them." In that moment, you can feel the split in the audience. Older mothers watching, nodding. Daughters watching, shaking their heads. This is exactly the problem. Someone comments, "She maybe I am," instead of "I'm sorry." Another writes, "She's hurting too." Y'all don't respect how hard it is to be a mother. And in the middle of this swirling storm of opinions, one more piece of dynamite is tossed in. A voicemail, a larger blog page, the kind that usually sticks to mainstream celebrity gossip, drops exclusive audio they say was passed to them anonymously. In it, Tamar's voice is heard, frantic, talking to someone about a family meeting that went left. I sat there, she says, and she looked me dead in my face and said, "If you walk away from this show, don't you ever come back to this family asking for help." Like, my place in this family is connected to a contract. Like love got a clause in it. Who says that to their own child? The recording is raw. You can hear the sound of a car door in the background, a seatbelt clicking like she'd just escaped something. Within minutes, the clip is being stitched, dissected. People are crying on camera about their own mothers, their own ultimatums. Others are dragging Tamar for secretly recording and sharing such private pain. Nobody knows who leaked it. Some think it was a friend. Others whisper it was someone much closer. As Evelyn's live goes on, you can see the fatigue setting into her shoulders. At one point, she seems to read something off-screen that makes her eyes water. "I never said I didn't love her," she whispers. "I never said that." She lifts her gaze again, powering through. "But if loving her now means I need to get on here and let people call me every name under the sun, if it means I have to pretend I didn't make sacrifices, pretend I didn't make choices that kept us afloat, then maybe I don't know how to do that kind of love." Her chat is now a battlefield of generational pain. There is no clean side to stand on anymore. The live ends not with a grand statement, but with a quiet, tired sigh. "I'm done talking tonight," she says. "Believe what you want. I know my truth. God knows my truth. And one day, I hope my baby sees my heart, not just my mistakes." She taps the screen. The live ends. The internet, however, does not. The next morning, you wake up to a feed full of their faces, clips from both lives, old interviews resurfacing, photos from happier times posted side by side with sobbing screenshots, TikToks titled "Why I'm Team Tamar" and "Why Y'all Are Wrong About Evelyn." Twitter threads unpacking the implication of generational trauma. Controlling mothers, daughters who dare to set boundaries and get crucified for it. Podcast hosts are already lining up their hot takes for the week's episode. And somewhere within this storm, the family group chat is eerily quiet. No one knows what to say. Because the line has been crossed so deeply, so publicly that even 1,000 private apologies may never erase what's now permanently etched into the internet. And still, the story is clearly not over. Because just as fans begin to settle into their corners, to choose their narratives, to harden their hearts in one direction or another, a new rumor starts spreading. Someone close to the family hints that there are documents, old contracts, old emails, old receipts that could prove once and for all who was really controlling the money, who was kept in the dark, and who's been rewriting history. They say that if those documents ever see the light of day, this won't just be a family feud. It'll be an explosion, and everyone from the sisters to the cousins to the in-laws will be forced to pick a side all over again. You can already feel it. This is not the end. This is the calm before the next leak. If you are still here listening, feeling this story in your chest, you already know this is more than just celebrity gossip. Because somewhere in this mess, you recognize your own mother, your own daughter, your own sister, the secrets your family never dared to say out loud, the way money twisted love, the way pride silenced apologies that should have come years ago. You've seen a mother who doesn't know how to say, "I'm sorry," without reminding you of all she did for you. You've seen a daughter who can't stop explaining herself, begging to be heard, even when it makes her look dramatic. You've seen siblings stuck in the middle, posting vague captions because saying too much might set the whole house on fire. And now you're watching it play out on the biggest stage there is, the internet. But here's the thing, this story is still being written right now somewhere. Someone is deciding whether to leak those contracts. Someone is hovering over a post button with screenshots that could change everything. Someone in that family is debating whether to finally speak up or stay silent and protect what's left. And the only way you're going to know what really comes out next, what receipts get dropped, who apologizes, who doubles down, who walks away for good, is if you stay right here with us. So if you felt that lump in your throat when Tamar said, "I can't take this anymore," if you heard your own mother's voice when Evelyn said, "Y'all don't know what I covered up," if you saw your own family in these tears, these lives, these leaked messages, don't just scroll away. Make sure you tap that like button so this story keeps reaching the people who get it, the ones who know this isn't just drama, it's generational. Drop a comment and tell us whose side you're on, or if you think there even is a right side in a family that's this tangled. Tell us what you would do if you were Tamar. If you were Evelyn, if you were that sister stuck in the middle, tired of being loyal to everyone but yourself. And if you're the kind of person who needs to see how this ends, who's ready for the next receipts, the next leaked audio, the next tearful live where someone finally says what they were never supposed to say. Hit subscribe right now because this family is not done. The mothers are still holding secrets. The daughters are still holding receipts. The sisters are still whispering in private what they're too scared to say on camera. And the next time this story breaks, when another accusation drops, when another clip goes viral, when someone finally exposes those old contracts everyone keeps hinting at, you're going to want to be here first, watching it unfold in real time with the people who understand just how deep this really goes. So don't miss it. Like, comment, subscribe, because the next chapter, it might just be the one that changes.